Hi guys, welcome back to the Soft Life of Sophie. I'm Sophie. This is my soft life. I haven't said that in a really long time. Hi guys. Okay, as of filming this is July 11th, 2026. 2026. Yeah. I told you guys I would be back this year, and I'm back. I didn't say it was going to be quickly. I didn't say I was going to be back like in January. I just said I would be back in 2026. So here I am. I'm back. If you're seeing this video, it means that I have a whole host of videos edited, scheduled, and ready to come out here on YouTube. It means that I am coming back to YouTube like properly, hopefully in a way that you've actually never seen me be active on YouTube. So look forward to that. We will yap about my absence in a different video. This video is not for that. This video is just going to be a casual crochet chores video. So I have a whole entire basket right here beside me, as well as a whole entire bag of things that are either completed or partially completed crochet projects. So most of this stuff is from my very first like 6 months crocheting. When I first started learning to crochet, and as any other crocheters watching will agree, you don't really know what you're doing, right? So you're buying the yarn that you think is pretty, that feels nice, but you don't really know much about like fibers or the size of yarn or what you can do with each thing. Like starting to crochet is an interesting hobby because there's a lot involved as to like the thickness of the yarn, what it's made of, what sort of material you can make with each fiber, and what those materials can eventually be turned into. So most of what you're going to see in these two containers is going to be acrylic yarn, or it's going to be like household cotton. So I know there's like some wearables in here that I started to make with household cotton before I understood that you can buy like better quality, softer cotton for wearables. So let's just see what's in these containers. There also is probably a couple of completed projects that I'll probably be frogging. If any of you watching are just watching because you like know me and you aren't a crafter, frogging is when you pull back your crochet work. So if you undo something that you've made with crochet, it's called frogging your work. So we're going to be doing a lot of frogging today, and we'll also see if there's any whips or works in progress that I will keep and actually finish off in the future. I do think there's going to be at least one or two of those. So let's get into the video. I'm going to show you everything that's in these containers first, and then I have my yarn winder set up in front of me, and I will be frogging and rewinding the yarn at the same time. I don't think I'll talk through that. I think I'll probably just do some music or maybe do a voiceover. But yeah, this is just going to be like a relaxing, casual crochet chores vlog. So hang out in my room with me. I'm really excited to get this off my shoulders. These two containers of stuff have been staring at me in my closet for like over a year now. So I feel good about this. Okay, let's get into it. All right, I'm going to start with the basket, and I'm just going to start with what's on top. This is already something that I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to do with. So this is just some household cotton. I made the base of what is going to be a bag, and as you can tell, I have been working my way up the size of the bag. From what I remember, I think I'm about halfway through the height of the bag, and then you just need to add a trim and a handle. So I don't like this yellow color. I don't really like yellow at all. But I'm going to give this away to somebody. I am going to complete it and give it away. So it's attached to the ball of yarn that I was working for. This is going to be a to finish project. So I'll put it on the bed behind me. Next thing in here, this is also more of the same household cotton, but in a different color. This was two different things. So first of all, let's start with this bottom one. And this is two balls of yarn that are connected. This was going to be a basket. It was a set of 3 baskets that were supposed to go on wooden dowels and create like a wall hanging where you can like put stuff in the baskets. That makes sense? Like onions, garlic, and potatoes type situation is what I was going to use it for. But I purchased the pattern for this on Etsy, and would you believe it was an AI crochet pattern? I should have known it was, and to be honest, I think when I bought it, I think I suspected that it was going to be an AI pattern, but I just really wanted to see, and I was right, it was an AI pattern. It was only like $2, but still, total nonsense. So the pattern just was wrong. Like this was me literally like tripling up what they told me to do as far as thickness goes, and I'm still nowhere near gauge. Like the pattern is just, it's not going to turn out. It's not a real pattern. So this is going to be frogs taken apart, and I'll find some real crochet basket patterns and restart this project a different day. Now, the next one is the same yarn. This is a granny square. You can tell that I've completed. This is actually the Sunburst granny square. So if you're a crocheter, you may recognize this. This granny square pattern has been used for lots of different things. I've actually used this pattern to make a bag for my niece, which is almost complete. I think it's going to show up in this video. And I also have been using this pattern to make, I've made a driver, what's it called? The wheel of your car. Wheel cover? A driver's wheel? Car wheel? What the fuck is it called? I don't know what the fuck it's called, but anyways, I made one of those with this pattern. So I think this was going to be another bag. I think the bag that I made for my niece, I was maybe going to make again for my mom in this yarn, I think is what I was doing. But I'll be completely honest, I don't like this actual square. I made this a long time ago. I could make this square way nicer now. I think I had started a second one. I'm just going to frog this. I won't be doing that anytime soon, like creating that bag again for my mom. So we're just going to frog this, and I will start that project again one day when I'm ready to do it. Okay, next thing in here, this is a whip. This is actually the beginning of a panel of a t-shirt, for a t-shirt. I'm going to keep this. I actually cut the yarn off because I started this so long ago, and I wanted to reclaim the rest of the yarn that was attached, but I didn't want to undo the work because the t-shirt will be cute if I eventually finish it. So I'm going to keep this for now and maybe reattach the yarn later and finish it. We'll see. The next thing in here is a basically completed project. These are actually some hand warmers that I made last winter. Very cute. You can see I made this little heart decal to add on. So this one's fully complete, and this one I just have to sew on the other little heart. So definitely completing this project. Aren't they so cute? I'm going to make these again this winter in a different color too. All right, next thing in here. This was a doily of some sort that I started. Some pretty pink cotton yarn. I would finish this, except I don't think I have the pattern anymore. I know for a long time I had the pattern open in my phone on Safari, but I think I've exited it, and I don't know how I would ever find the pattern again. This is pretty, but I think we're going to frog it. All right. These are actually completed little coasters. They shouldn't be in here. They're just some little doilies that I made. Okay, so this is also the beginning of a shirt. This one was an interesting project, so hold on, let me get the yarn here so I don't frog it. This was going to be a top that stretches across your bust, and then it shirrs here in the center, and then it comes out, and it's really pretty, and it's a tank top. So I am going to finish this one day, maybe this winter, maybe on my trip next month, actually, who knows. But we're going to keep this and finish it, yes. All right, next thing in here, this is the beginnings of a baby blanket. Can I pull on this? Yeah. This is the beginnings of a baby blanket. I actually got pretty far on this one. This is just an acrylic yarn, really cheap acrylic yarn that I had picked up when I first started crocheting. I have 2 balls of it, so by the time I finish both balls, it'll be a nice size crib blanket. I am going to finish this. Look how pretty that material is. Wow, that color's gorgeous. So yeah, I'm definitely going to finish this, and maybe one of my brothers will have another baby one day soon, or maybe one of my friends will have a baby, who knows? And I'll give it to somebody. But I'm definitely going to finish it. So cute. This is like a seashell pattern, I think was what it was called. I don't know. This is a fun stitch. It's really easy too. So we're going to finish this. Okay, and then the last thing in this is the bag that I mentioned earlier that I'm making for my niece. So there's the actual bag. It's going to be a backpack. And then this is the top flap, which I have completed. So all I have to do now is sew a fabric liner for the bag. And then I have to put the drawstrings and the top on and the straps. So this is definitely going to be finished as well. Okay, nice. So almost everything from that bin we actually are going to complete, which is fantastic. I'm going to reorganize those really quick and then we'll get through the bag. This is the one I'm nervous about. This is the one that's been hiding in my closet. Okay, so the first thing on top, these are some dishcloths that I made for a friend. It was his birthday. And then I didn't end up giving it to him. It's a long story. There's going to be more things in this colorway that were originally intended for this guy's birthday that didn't make it to him. So let's just put this aside for now until we find the rest of it. This was my first ever attempt at a hair scrunchie. And as you can tell, I didn't do a very good job. This is just made with an acrylic chenille yarn. I do not like acrylic yarn. I don't like chenille. Wouldn't buy it again, but this is the thing you learn when you first start crocheting. This is going to be frogged. And the only reason I'm going to frog this is because I do have a lot more of this yarn in this bag. So I'll be able to attach it to the rest and still use something. I'd use it for something. Yeah, this is getting frogged. Taken apart for sure. Next thing in there, I think this was a Kindle cover that I was making for a friend of mine. And the reason I gave up is because I hate this yarn. I don't know what to call this yarn. It's an acrylic yarn. I hate it. It feels terrible. It feels horrible. I hate it. So we're frogging this. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this yarn. Also, it's attached to, okay. So this is a laptop cover. I made a laptop cover and then I was trying to make the Kindle cover for my friend and I didn't have enough to finish the Kindle cover. So I started taking apart my own laptop cover in order to finish his Kindle cover. And then obviously it never got done. So now it's just all of it's getting frogged. And I'll probably make a different bag with this and then give it away. Maybe somebody else won't mind the feeling of this yarn. Okay, this is, remember I mentioned a wearable that I was making with a yarn that's not for wearables. So this was going to be a skirt. And as you can tell, I've got a waistband and it's got this cute scalloped, detail to the material. But this is made with a household cotton and it is just not the cotton that you use to make clothes. I know that now. I didn't know that when I started making it. So this is going to be frogged. And this is also something that I had cut off the original yarn because I kind of knew that I was probably going to just be taking this apart. So frog, this will be made into dishcloths. All right, here's the stuff I was talking to you about before. More dishcloths in that same brownish color. Oh, there's another one. So I made six dishcloths. These were a couple of cup holders, coasters, that I was also going to give to him. And then these were like for little, like, let's say you're having someone over for dinner, and you put the pan of hot meat down, and you need something, a pan warmer or something to put underneath it. That's what that was for. I made a couple of different sizes and shapes. I think this one was going to be a coaster originally as well. I think I was going to make a second one. So none of these are being frogged. All of these are usable and will be gifted they'll be gifted. I don't know to who, but I'll give these away to somebody. So we're going to keep those. All right, next thing in here. This is a cute little top that I made. Aw. If you guys have watched my old crochet clothing videos, you know that I've made this top in a few different colors and sizes. And this one was too big for me. So that's why it's in this bag. I'm not going to frog this. It's totally wearable and it's a really cute top. So I will find a friend or somebody that wants it. Very cute. It actually maybe would fit me right now because I've gained weight since I made this. Maybe my version that's in my closet is too small for me now. All right, next thing in here, you guys have also seen this in a video. This is a top that I made. It's too big for me. The straps turned out way too long. I'm a petite person and I followed a YouTube video to make this. And I think the lady that made the pattern must have just been a lot taller than me. I think I would need this much probably off the straps in order for it to fit. I mean, it looks cute, right? Like it turned out really nice. And I really like the two yarns together. But again, this is acrylic and I hate the way it feels. So I definitely will not be keeping it for myself. I don't know if I should try to give it away as it is or if I should shorten the straps a little. and then try to give it away. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but we're not frogging it. It's going to be given away to somebody. So we'll see. It's a little bag that I made. Very cute. Also made with acrylic, so I don't like the way it feels and I can't use it myself. But it's very cute, so I will be giving this away. Or donating it. Or selling it. Or something. This has also been in a video. You guys actually helped me design this a little bit. I think I asked you what size the stripe should be or what size the strap should be or something. And you guys picked, I can't remember. It's so cute. I love it. It doesn't fit me. It's too big. Straps are too long. Same situation as the other stuff. But it's very cute and we will be giving it away. Okay, this one's really cute. It's a little kerchief style top made with 3 granny squares and then just some ties. It's adorable. I already know who I'm giving this to. It's coming on my trip with me and I'm giving this to my niece. Next. I think this is the first bag I ever made, guys, when I first learned to crochet, and you can tell when you look close. And how bad those stitches look if you're a crocheter. Sorry, it's bright. There's natural light coming in. Can't really show you. It's too bright, but this is horribly crocheted. But it's still so cute because it's the first thing one of the first things I ever made. We're going to be frogging this. I hate this yarn. It feels so terrible. You know what my gripe? Hold on, there's a siren coming. Okay, they're gone. My biggest gripe with acrylic yarn is, you know that feeling of polyester on a hot, humid day? Say you have a polyester tank top on and it's a hot, humid day, you're a little sweaty. The shirt's not wet, but like it feels damp because of the material. And you can't get that dampness out unless it's like, it has to be bone dry in order for the like acrylic polyester to not feel damp. That is what I hate about it. This is not damp. This is completely dry. It's always been dry. It feels wet because it's humid today. I hate it. Ooh, I have such a sensory issue with that stuff. We're going to for sure maybe even give that yarn away. I don't even think I want to re-crochet that yarn. I think all the yarn that makes my hands feel gross, I'm going to maybe donate the yarn to somebody. This is another little bag that I made. Same thing. I think this one came after the one that I just showed you. This was a little iPhone purse. It actually turned out really good. Like for like the second thing that I've ever made, it turned out really good. It's still not good, but I'm proud of myself that I did it. It's getting frogged though, for sure. All right, we're down to the last thing in the bag, guys. The last thing in the bag and then the fun part. So first of all, there's just this little tie. And then this, I'm going to make this again, guys. I'm going to make this again. This is a top. I bought the pattern for it. I made the top out of this household acrylic, household cotton yarn that really was made for dishcloths, but I made a top with it. It's like this. It fits like this. It goes around, and then it goes off your shoulders. Then it has these really long open sleeves. It's a gorgeous pattern. You can see there's some really pretty like lacing detail across the bottom. Sorry, it's really hard to show you. I'm not going to put it on though. Anyway, it's adorable and it turned out great. It does fit, and it did fit when I first made it, and I love it the way that it looks. But it is scratchy cotton and it's hot and heavy, and it just would be a million times more comfortable to wear in a different yarn. So we are going to be frogging this, and I'm going to be reclaiming this yarn to do something else with. And one day I will definitely be making this top and skirt pattern again in a more wearable friendly yarn. Okay, that's it. That was the sort of like boring work part of the video. Now I get to just sit here and watch a movie and unravel all of this yarn and rewind it. And we're going to have a beautiful stack of wound nice yarn to reuse when we're done. So I'm not going to talk to you for any more of the video. And if I do, it will be on voiceover. It will not be directly talking to the camera. I'm going to set you guys up on my little yarn winder, and I'll give you a few little clips of that, and then we'll see how much yarn we end up with at the end. We'll do a little before and after. So let's get into the fun, relaxing part of the video. Okay, so I have encountered something. This is the sleeve. Oh, I think I know what's going on. I think I just figured it out. I figured out what had happened. Okay. I started unraveling this from the wrist here, but this stitch went all the way around the outside first, and then I did the sleeves. Not the sleeves, the wrists, the wristbands. So I am trying to unravel something that is connected by these single crochets, or maybe this chain stitch. I'm not sure. Anyways, this, I forgot how, this is actually like a well-constructed top. I forgot all about this. I forgot about how I constructed it. I need to look at the pattern to see exactly how I made this so that I can figure out how to unravel it while keeping the yarn. I definitely just made a big cut in the main part of the sleeve. So we'll see what that means later for how much, how many like individual yarn strings I'm going to have now as opposed to like one. The nice thing about crochet is if you unravel it properly, you can just keep it in, you know, the same amount of pieces of yarn that you used to make it. You know, if you used one straight ball and you never stopped, and it was just one singular process, then you can unravel it in one thread at the end, right? And that's not how I did this. So I'm going to have to undo it the same way that I made it, but backwards. So anyways, I'm going to do that off camera because that's going to take a little bit of thought process, and I'm not going to make you guys sit through that, but I will come back when we get to whatever makes sense for me to come back. I'll be back. All right, guys, here we are. It has been a couple of days and we have come to a conclusion of this video. So I must have hidden the end when I finished crocheting this piece because some ends are not hidden, but the end that I need is, and I can't find it. I can't find it. So this is going to be the 1L of the video. We're just going to, I'll deal with this a different day. I will end up unraveling it, but I don't want to hold the video up for one singular item. So this is our 1L of the video. We will get to this in the future. And then when I began unraveling this purse here, I forgot that you can't really frog chenille yarn without it destroying the yarn. And there was no point because it pulls out all the little fibers and you end up with, instead of having like a nice smooth chenille yarn, there's like bits missing all along it. So I'm going to save these. This I'll probably just save as, you know, sentimental first item I ever made type deal. And then this one I'll probably make like an amigurumi or something and use this to stuff it because I don't want to put it in the landfill. But for now, we're going to leave it just the way it is. We have about a half a bag of items that will be donated and or given away, which feels good to give away something that I handmade. And then this is the amount of yarn that we have reclaimed in this video. So the cotton will definitely be turned into dishcloths or something like that. And then I don't know what's going to happen with this, but maybe I'll give it away. Who knows? Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me for this video, guys. I'm really glad that I got those projects taken care of and cleared up some space in my closet. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I don't know what the next video that you're going to see is going to be about yet because I haven't filmed it as of the time of recording, but I'm sure I'll have something for you soon. So have a wonderful day, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.